One, these rappers are not just rappers now, right? They were influencing people before, but now these people are officially influencers. So you're going to take care of your children. I will, and probably most people on this panel, right? If not everybody. But there's many people who don't have the same opportunity, right? So they're not getting the influence from their parents. And I understand that's not our fault. We can't save them. But does that mean that we want to throw them in the trash and leave them to the Glorrillas? Is that what we want to do? Leave them to the Sukianas? Do we want to leave them to the Cardi B's? Is that what we do? We want to leave them to the Sexy Reds? We want to throw our children to them? Is that what we really want to do? When there's other people out here who can do so much better. Let's just say they weren't watching that and that wasn't available. What if they were watching how to invest, how to make money, how to be a mother? What if that was available? I think that what they're doing is a detriment to society. And two, they are representing us. And that's a problem. This is the people who are the most famous and they represent us as a people. They should be eradicated.
Well, period. That's because
off of the internet.
The thing about that though,
hold on, Julio. I'm gonna throw it to you, Julio. Yeah, Julio, you take care of number two because I already know what you're gonna say. Let me explain number one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Trev. I'm sorry. Bye. We can't save all of y'all. It's not enough room in this lifeboat because we tried that for 30 years. I tried it, Trev. We tried to say, and you can't save them. You can't win with them. You can't play with them. You can't coach them. Can't do it. We tried
I don't think we
that.
Should just throw, you can't just throw our society away.
Trev, all those alternatives that you gave in your first issue is available to every one of them, and it's available more now than ever. They got YouTube, they got Clubhouse, they got Twitter, they got online help, they got courses, they got programs in every city, everybody has an opportunity. And if they choose, that's what one of the biggest things that the movie The Matrix has taught everybody is about choice. If they choose to stay asleep, I can't help you. So that's number one.
Yeah, but
yes, goodbye. I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'm looking for those who's willing to do the work. I'm looking for those who really want to, who realize that what she said is crazy and stupid. Come on, ride with me. The rest of y'all that like that shit, y'all stay right over there. I'm not trying to convert nobody no more. And then
we weren't all afforded the same opportunity. That's the problem.
Well,
right?
Here's
Some
the
of
problem.
us have good parents and good examples. But when you're talking about 70 to 80% of us raised in single parent households by single mothers, they're going to have a lot more difficulty navigating through life, and influence is going to be much more important to those people. So I pull quotes all the time, right? At anybody who I can reach, young men, young women, and sometimes it works. I've pulled some people out of the gutter. Right? I don't just give up on people. If I could help somebody in my circle, in my society, anybody who I encounter, I try to give them game. Anybody I run into, anybody who's ever met me in their life, they're going to say I offered some type of value because I see that as my civic duty to do that. I can't just let people go like that. This is our society. We can't be so selfish. We can't just let everybody go. Anybody who I feel like I can help, save, whatever, I'm going to do my damnedest to do it, even if it's just game. Sometimes that one word, we all know somebody who put something in our ear. They put a bug in our ear and just gave us some game and was like, damn, you know what? It might not resonate with them right away, but over time it could. And if there are more of us trying to give them positive things to think about, positive things to do, it's going to work better than us just saying the hell with them, let the rappers have them.
Well, here's the thing, and not to, I want to get too religious in this, and I don't want to shake the table up too much, but Harriet Tubman had to leave some folks behind, taking people's ass from the plantation to the Underground Railroad. And I hate to say it, but some of these people have to get left because they want to be left. You have to understand, you cannot save everyone. There's an old carpenter that tried that 2,000 years ago. What did they do? They strung him up, they hung him from a tree, and he said straight up, if you don't love mother or father more than me, you ain't worthy of me. In other words, if you ain't willing to pick up your cross, do your job, and carry your weight, you ain't worthy to get on this ride. And the net of it is, the reason that, and you said something very interesting. You said a lot of us weren't afforded that opportunity because we were raised in single parent households, all that. But the first statement I made is, you are born looking like your mama and your daddy, but you're going to die looking like your decision. So at some point, The Jews say it's age 12 you're accountable. Some people say, some societies say you're a man at 18. Our government says you're a man at 18. At some point, we don't give a damn how you was born. We don't give a damn. The world does not give a rat's ass how you were born. What they care is what can you produce, especially if we sitting up here calling ourselves king. If this is king talk, we are the ones that are overall responsible for the direction of society. Sister Shahrazad Ali said that in her follow-up book to The Black Man's Guide to Understand the Black Woman, The Black Woman's Guide to Understand the Black Man. In chapter 1, she said plainly, the black man must accept overall responsibility for any liability arising from women and children. And the greatest fault of the black man is he has not taken accountability for his failure to support the black family. But they didn't want to talk about that section of a book because that then did something that black men in our society, we don't like that en masse being accountable. And that's the.
No, I like what you just said. Mm-hmm. We are responsible, right? We have to hold ourselves accountable, right? And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Do as much as you can. I can't leave. We talk about the children here, right? Because it's not just people that are in their 20s. I understand they're full-grown adults, but she's not just talking to people in their 20s. Anybody who could pick up a phone and get on Instagram, which is there's people that are toddlers that are doing that, is going to see this message. Right, and so we have to counteract that message.
As a parent, though, because see, here's the thing: the foundational building block of society is the household. Before you can get to the country or the community or what have you, you got to control your own house. Therefore, do not worry about anybody else but yourself. When you playing basketball, you as much as we might like you can't play help side but on one other person at best. So your sphere of influence really should extend to the house, to the neighbors around you, if anything. But if you don't take care of your own household first, which is what we have failed to do collectively, we shouldn't worry about anybody else. Because again, some people will willingly choose to stay in darkness or stay divided, whatever. Because some people you can't reason with. Some people don't. They cannot. Logic and reason don't mix with their DNA. We see that by that, which is why women like Glorilla can say stuff like that and have a massive following and make God knows how much money. Some people prefer toxic to truth. And it's just that, unfortunately, that's the harsh truth of reality.
Yeah, I think one component we also have to bear in mind is that you have to go out and find your tribe. You got to go find your tribe of people, right? Your neighbor to your left, your neighbor to your right, or your neighbor right across the street, you are not going to align with any, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's, just regular values and virtues, right? You're not even on finances. You might even align with. So you need to find people that you align with on a lot of components that you value yourself as a man. In that you can get wisdom, in that you can build upon and be in community with those people. A lot of in that right there stems even a larger people. A lot of people don't even want to be in community with other people. They don't want to be in community with each other. Just look at how people are, like, this entire economic situation right now is the new migration. You're going to see everybody transition from the north down to the south. When you have people that transition from the south to the north, it's changing everything in terms of where we live, how we live, who we want to live next to. You know what I'm saying? And although, they might be your skin folk, that doesn't mean that they're your kin folk, right? You need to differentiate that quickly, because these are the people that are going to be in your community, that you're going to raise your kids around, that you're going to have your wife around, right? So these things are important, find your tribe.